Remember Michael Jackson had the song Stranger in Moscow, Stranger in Russia. Look at this.
Here alone in the cold inside, like a stranger in Moscow.
You see how the rain, the heavens open? Remember as it's written that the heavens shall open, bringing forth the rain, bringing forth the new kingdom? Notice how he said stranger in Moscow. Remember the Messiah is as a stranger. Remember that in a sense, the people reject him, not knowing who he is until they come into his identity. Hint the stranger in Moscow, because when you understand Russia, which is so deep, is because as we know anyway, when you know about the tribe of Benjamin, of the 12 tribes of Israel, you know Rosh was one of the sons of Benjamin, and that's the one who presented, the progenitor of Russia. Hint all Russia meant was my people. And you go all throughout Russia in the history, you can see all of the paintings of the prophets and everything of that nature. You know what I mean? This stuff is deep, y'all. During our rulership in Europe, my fault. So let's get even deeper. Let's tap into the Neverland aspect, which is deep, because remember Michael Jackson had the Neverland. That's why they had to corrupt his name with this. Because what's so deep is Neverland was literally on the olives, the Los Olivos, the whole thing with the olives in California, the mountain road of the olives in California. And when you understand the olives, all the olives is, as it's written anyway, the Lord called thy name a green olive tree, fair and of goodly fruit. And as it's written, Israel is as the olive tree. You feel what I'm saying? And as we know, Israel is as the olive tree. So when he had the Neverland, remember how he had all the kids together, because it is written, and I would gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whether I have driven them, and will bring them again together to their foes, and they shall be fruitful and increase. That's why Michael Jackson had the Neverland. And as it's written, and I saw Israel scattered upon the hills as a sheep that have no shepherd, and the Lord said, these have no master, let them every man return to his house in peace. Because all it represented was Michael Jackson was trying to say the kingdom, the children of God would dwell in the kingdom. That's why they had to say, oh, he did this with kids, and try to, blaspheme his name. This stuff is deep. The role is, man, it was planned, man. He was sent. There's no way around it. Same thing like they damaged his name with this, which is crazy, because remember Michael Jordan used to have to play. Look at the damage that Michael's had to overcome. Michael Jordan had to battle against the Pistons. Remember Isaiah. Remember he had to battle against the box defense. Hint the box, the stone, Illuminati pyramid. Remember Michael Jordan had to go against Isaiah Thomas and overcome the black horse, the Pistons. Remember they have the black horse, which all that stands for is evil and destruction, famine, chaos. So you see Michael Jordan had to overcome that and show that. You remember I already read it earlier, that as it's written, Michael should stand up, the great prince would stand up for the children of thy people, and there should be a time of trouble, such as never before the children are delivered, in the book of life. So you see that's why he had to overcome the piston, because Isaiah Thomas, Isaiah the prophet, foretelling the Messiah was going to come into rulership and lead Israel back into the kingdom. Do you remember the time, man? All of this is in our face.